Genius. Sound the same, bunch of small fries walking with a style of fame. Clean on each other's nuts and around this swing. Make me not even wanna be around this game. But I separate good and they all just hate. Acting like they don't hear me, hope I'm wrong to break. Wishing they could do me, but they all too fake. And that way too soft to even walk this way. I refuse to be a bottom, but
Right, I'm here at Crete Lakes, turned up this morning about 10 to 10, had an absolute nightmare, went to get on the train, cancelled, some people was in the tunnel so they had to shut it down for 5 hours, so put us on the ferry, got the ferry at 20 past 4, so we've had an absolute nightmare, but we've managed to get here. What a beautiful place it is. My mate I'm with, Bob, he's been here I think about 14-15 times now, so he knows the crack. This is the first time I've been here. I've chose swim 59 on Lake 5. Lake 5 I think is about 35 acres. As you can see behind me, beautiful lake. It's now, what's the time now? It's now 10 to 7, so lovely dinner here. Shepherd's pie, cooked by the chef, Parker. And yeah, I've got my 3 rods out, marked them up before I went to lunch, to dinner, sorry. Got me, 20 wraps on the middle rod, 20 wraps on my right hand rod, and I think about 12 wraps on my left hand rod. I was going to go 13 wraps on one and 14 wraps on the other, but as I've done that, the bailiff come round, bit of advice, told me to go 20, so I'm just past the weed. So I've done that, and yeah, listen to him, nice hard spots. I ain't put a lot of bait out, just use the throwing stick, but you know what it's like with seagulls, they drive you mad, so I'll probably put some in tonight. One of my rods I'm fishing T1 18mm with a yellow pop-up, and the other 2 I'm fishing A2 baits, which is creamy toffee, like 70/30s, sort of like wafters. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Like I said, first impressions, really nice place. I suppose you could come back here years and years, and obviously you can fish a different lake, different swim. We was unlucky a little bit, we come out 16th in the draw, but this was our second pick, so I'm in 59 on Lake 5, Bob's in 58, next door, loads of water. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be coming back to show you a few things, and also tomorrow I've done a bit of crushed up boilie. Spoke to Adam Penning, told me that works here, and I think he was on the film anyway, you see that it works, so that's what I've done. That's the tactic I'm going to adopt tomorrow, put it out on a boat, and yeah, go from there. So yeah, hopefully I'll speak to you tomorrow. So today is Saturday the 3rd. Sunday morning, literally I've just had a fish, beautiful common, I think it was £26.8, really nice fish, fought like, well, as they all fought like 40, got it in, obviously being careful as it's a barbless uproar on this lake, weighed it, had a few pictures, got my mate Bob round to take the pictures. Soon as I put it down on the mat, the other one screamed off. It into that. It was on for about a minute, but then it come off. The fish was caught at 80 yards, so 20 wraps. That was on a the A2 creamy toffee 18mm bait, like a slow sinking wafter, well 70-30, and the one that got off was on the T1 Snowman with a little yellow pop-up. So yeah, I'm off the mark. Hopefully we've got more to come. I've got both rods back out now, and then put just through 100 baits out with a frying stick. So let's see what happens. Hopefully I'll get another one tonight or another couple. If not, then yeah, be back tomorrow. Right, Sunday the 4th, it's 4 o'clock. Not a lot's been happening today. No fish, obviously for myself or Bob. I think someone's had a couple in the far corner, peg 40. But other than that, it's fishing quite slow, Bob reckons. It's normally better than that. But it's only Sunday anyway, so I'm assuming, I'm hoping they get on the bait. I've gone out there, I've put on a couple of spots, 7 kilo of crumb and all that stuff. I've done that earlier on the boat. Went out there, done that, put a marker out there. Also scattered some boilies. I normally use the frying stick, but I just thought as I'm out there I might as well just scatter some boilies, get a few more out there, save hurting my arm. But yeah, it's been quite slow, but it's really hot. It's as if you just want the temperature to drop a little bit, and a bit of wind, but there's nothing about it. So like I always do, I always seem to catch at night. I'd love one in the day just because of the pictures and that. But yeah, like I said, I had a 26.8 last night. Obviously I've already done a little bit of a video to show you that. So yeah, I'll get me rods in a minute, go and have a shower, have something to eat, then I'll be back later on, and hopefully I can tell you I've caught a fish. Also hopefully I'll catch up with Bob later. He can tell you a little bit about the lake. Like I said, he's been here about 14-15 times, so he'll know a lot more sort of what he's done before, tactics he's used and all that sort of stuff. I'm using the same tactics that I use everywhere, so everything's simple, 18mm boilie, like, so yeah, let's see how it goes. It's now 11:30 on Monday morning. Got all my 3 rods back out. Yesterday at this time, so about 24 hours ago, when I got back from breakfast, I put about 5 kilo on a couple of the rods, and then the other one I've just catapulted some out, just a bit different. I ain't had nothing yet, so I'm not really going to put a lot more in yet, as of yet, but there is meant to be a bad storm coming later, so what I'll probably do, about 3 o'clock, bring my rods in, go out on the boat. I'll put a bit more in, to be fair, because then I probably won't bait up in 24 hours, just because of all the storm and that. But let's hope, once the storm comes in, I've heard anyway that they should start feeding. The wind's starting to blow into me now as well. Sun's dropped a little bit, it's cloudy, sort of overcast, perfect conditions for fishing. Spoke to one of the bailiffs yesterday, and he did say that once the wind's changed they normally go on the wind, so let's hope he's right. On one of the rods I've got just a little 18mm wafter from A2 Baits Creamy Toffee. Middle rod, it's over to me left a little bit. They're both, well, middle rod and right rod's 80 yards, so 20 wraps. Middle rod is a T1 18mm with a yellow top up. And oh, I thought I saw one crash there. And on my left hand rod I've got a little humbug from A2 Baits. Checked him in the margin, little pucker. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, something happens. Like I said, it's perfect for a bite. But nothing last night, didn't have a bleep. Nor did Bob. Bob's normally had 20 by now, but he ain't caught nothing. But we're just hoping that hopefully this storm comes tonight and then they start feeding. So yeah, hopefully I'll check back with some news hopefully. Right, as you can hear, it's hammering it down. I think we needed it anyway. What's the time now? It is just gone 3 o'clock. I had a couple of bleeps on the right hand rod, just sort of come up a little bit. Another couple of minutes, went up and looked down a little bit, left it. And you know when you're sitting there and you think, have I been done? So literally it's been winding me up, so just pulled the rod back in, done it around the sticks again, 80 yards, and then just just got it out there. Don't know, it might have been a little liner or something like that, but at least they're in the area. And on my spot where I put bait in yesterday, loads of emp oil and that, I can see the slit, so I'm hoping they're feeding. I was going to put some more bait out at 3 o'clock, but as it's hammering down and I've got to go out on the boat, I've decided against it, so I'll probably do it after dinner. Even if it's hammering down, I'll still go out there because I want to get it out there. So yeah, so hopefully I'll report back what's out. Right, so we're here at Crete Lakes 2015 in October. It is 3:45. I'm in peg 58 with Bob. Something, Bob? Sweet?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
To say the least. Not
Ain't caught nothing. You've been here like loads of times, what, 13, 14, 15 times?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you've caught a hell of a lot of fish. He's fishing a bit slow at the minute, would you say, or not?
Yes. It's not normally like this, I must admit. Normally fishing a lot better than this. But it is what it is. That's fishing for you, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Like, obviously we've both done what we'd normally do anywhere. Well, you've been here loads of times, you probably do exactly what you do every time, and you've probably had, like, just a few scenarios what you've had before on certain lakes.
On this particular lake I've had up to 43, I think it is. Yeah, up to 43. On a couple of the other lakes I've had 40s out of. One particular lake I've had up to 60 out of. Yeah, but to repeat that capture that I had last time, it's going to be hard going.
Yeah, that's it. And obviously this lake anyway, the bailiff come around earlier, I think Dave, he said that this ain't doing that well either, is it, this particular lake?
No, it's slow. It is slow to what it normally is, yeah.
Yeah, like, well, who was it? I think someone down on peg, was it 55, 54? He had a move. He moved to, what lake was that?
He moved on lake 3, peg 24.
Yeah, which is a proper good lake. Before he moved out of there, the geezer, I think he had a 43 and a 41 or something like that. He moved out of there. This geezer moved in there and he had, what did he have? He had a 43 and a 28, didn't he?
Something like that, yeah, he had a couple straight off.
Yeah, so sometimes the move is probably good, but to be fair, if you knew that swim was going, you probably would have tried to jump over
jumped
the
into it, yeah, definitely.
yeah, that's it. So, other than that, I don't know, do you think we'll have a change of fortune or what? What do you reckon?
Fingers crossed, legs crossed, arms crossed, everything's crossed. Yeah, but I don't know, mate. I really don't know. The wind's blowing in our face. It's overcast. It's warm. We've had a bit of rain. You know, the conditions look good.
Yeah.
But it's just not happening. There's been a few crashing out there to the right of my peg.
Yeah.
They're gradually moving up to in front of me, but it's directly in front of me. I've had nothing actually showing.
Yeah. So what distances are you fishing at, Bob? Anyway, roughly, like from the left-hand rod to the right-hand.
The left-hand rod's probably about 85 yards. The middle rod is about 90 to 100. The right-hand rod I'm boating out, and that's 120, 130.
Yeah. Well, because you think they're well, I think he said yesterday, didn't he? Come round one of the bailiffs and said they're just probably in the middle, isn't it?
That's
more of a
There's
chance.
A plateau out there to the right of me, and he said, you know, take the boat out and at least put one rod on the plateau, and as far as you can get it safely and feel comfortable at.
Yeah, that's it. So I mean, obviously I've had a baby. I've had a 26.8 on the first night,
and it was a common, I must add.
Yeah, and it was
which is rare.
Yeah, that's it. And it was a pucker little common. But yeah, I don't know. Like, some people obviously come here and just think, oh, I'm going to bag up. There's loads of fish in here, but it's getting late, isn't it? It's October, probably summer. Would you say more in the summer you bag up, or?
I've come out here in June, and I've blamed.
Yeah, that's it.
But then I've come out in May, April, May, and I've had a result. You know, I've had 20, 30 fish. But it doesn't happen all the time.
No, it's just one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah, if I catch a fish every day, one a day, I'm happy at the end of the week. But at the moment, the way it's looking, one for the week would be nice, you know, put a smile on my face, but that's what I look for, one a day.
Yeah. But I think, to be fair, now everything is in our favour. The wind's coming in, which the bailiff said they move on the wind. It's overcast, it's obviously been raining, and I don't know if we do a storm maybe later. So yeah, everything is in our favour if we don't catch one.
Well, that sky's looking a bit grey over there at the moment, I must admit.
Yeah, that's it. What bait are you using, Bob, as well?
I'm using A2 and C.
A2 and cell. So really same, it's the same sort of colour, I suppose.
Yeah,
so what are you doing, mixing it up and getting them out?
I am at the moment, yeah. I've mixed the two together and feeding chops and plugged in a bit of hemp oil.
Yeah.
But hook baits I'm using like one of each, and a humbug or a, what do you call it, 70-30.
Yeah, like the wafters. Yeah, the creamy toffee.
Type thing in the creamy toffee,
Yeah, to be fair, that's been smashing it out here as well, isn't it, A2 baits?
It's doing some good. It's been doing some good damage, if you say.
Yeah, that's it. Well, alright, sweet. Well, hopefully, I don't know, hopefully the next couple of days I'll be round here filming you, like that all wet where I throw the bucket over you.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. It's a bit cold with that.
Oh, you've got to beat your PB, ain't you? What's your PB in here?
On Lake 160 on the nose.
Bloody hell. So I'm just hoping you get 61 so I can throw you in.
They're in here.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, wicked. Alright, well, just quickly, what's the biggest in here, would you say?
I think it's about 62, 63.
Yeah, because we're on Lake 5. How many acres is it?
I think this is about 30, 35, something like that.
Yeah.
In between 30 and 35. Not 100%, but I know it's 30 plus.
And it probably ranges from, I'm fishing in Peg 59, which is about 5-6 foot. I'm sure down the other end, don't it get a lot deeper?
It gets a bit deeper, yeah. It's like an egg box, it's up and down all over the place.
Yeah.
So I've been told, I must admit, I've never fished down that end of the lake. I've only fished this top end of it.
So the best scenario for the end of the week would be, I know you just said like you'd love to have a fish, but what would the best scenario be? Have a couple maybe?
Yeah, a couple, not being greedy, but I'd like a 50 out of here. Common at
that. Common. Yeah, because there's a 49 common in here, I think, that the bailiff was screaming about, so I'd love to catch that.
Well, last time it came out at the beginning of the year, or middle of the year I should say, was 49. So it should be 50 by now. It's had a few boarders chucked in the lake and it should be munching. So it should be the £50 bracket, I would have thought, by now.
So for you to come back here so many times, there's obviously sat that brings you back. What's the main thing really that you sort of like about the place?
Oh, it's a nice, comfortable, relaxing place to come. Food's good, the bailiffs are absolutely
they are.
They bend over backwards to help you in every way they possibly can. We came down by car, the van this time. Normally I come on the coach, can't knock it. Never had any aggravation whatsoever.
And obviously you've got 5 lakes to choose from. So in theory you could come here 5 times and have a different lake.
Yes.
And then do you know what I mean? But obviously when we get here, we had to walk around first, didn't we? Then we picked our swims, and we come out all right, didn't we? I think 26 out of 44.
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
But we sort of half got where we wanted, didn't we? Well, I suppose second choice maybe.
Second choice. I wanted either Lake 1 or Lake 5, really.
Yeah, is Lake 1 one with
the big girl in it.
Yeah, 67 in it.
Something like that.
Which is fishing well as well. So, all right, Wiki. Well, hopefully I'll check back and have some fishing around.
Well, we hope we get a bit wet. Wet and slimy and smelly.
Yeah, that's
how I want to go home.
Yeah, that's it.
If I go home.
Yeah, that's it. All right, mate. Sweet top, man. Right, it's now Wednesday, it's 3 o'clock. I've had my rods out since I come back from dinner this morning, breakfast this morning, what time? 10 o'clock. Hard to get 2 of them out. Fishing outfit is 93 yards. The wind was pelting in against me. And every time, I don't know if it's just me, this might be with everyone, you go to you go to throw it, and as soon as you go to throw it, the wind starts blowing. Then you put it down again, then it stops. Then as soon as you do it, it starts blowing again. So finally got them to out after about 10 attempts. So yeah, they've been out all day, not had a touch. Someone over the far bank who moved into the double, I think he had one this morning. He come from this side of the bank where we are to the other side. I think the man opposite me he moved out, I think. So literally this side of the lake is not a pool. This side of the lake there's not a lot been happening. Well, nowhere's been happening, to be honest. A couple will come out. I think in total now there's been about 5 or 6 or something like that. And it's Wednesday, so normally it's bang on for a bite, but nothing. I put a bit of extra bait out yesterday because obviously I changed the from 80 yards to 92, so put a bit of bait out there. So I won't put any more bait in there unless I have one. So I'm still fishing sort of singles over the top of it. Blowback rig. To be fair, I'm trying these new. I used to use them anyway. Mugger hooks. They're not new, obviously, but I used to use the Ace ones, but now they've gone bust. So I'm going to use these. But I've caught one on them anyway. Caught one the other day, Saturday morning. So yeah, I don't know really. The wind is blowing in against me still. It looks like, I don't know. It looks bang on for one, but when it ain't fishing, it ain't fishing. Do you know what I mean? The other lakes, to be fair, the other lakes are a lot smaller. Like one of them's 3 acres. Got loads and loads of fishing. I think it's had a 60 out, a 50 out. People are smashing it on there, but this lake don't seem to be happening. I was weighing up whether to move or not, but on the other lakes there ain't really a lot of good swims left. So that'd be me moving all my stuff, and then might be going into a pegless pony anyway. So I'm going to stay here, sit it out, and just hope it changes. To be honest, because I'm at the shallow end of the lake, I'm hoping that a bit of sun comes out now. Because when we first got here, it was sunny, and there was a lot showing down here. But since Sunday, it's been proper miserable. So I don't know. A bit of change in the weather maybe might help us, might not. So I ain't blanked, but obviously I do want a few more, do you know what I mean? And what I've caught on before, fishing the same rigs and everything with what I always catch on. So like I said, I ain't caught, Bob ain't caught, well I've caught one, sorry, Bob ain't caught, and it's slow, so we'll see how it goes. Margins or open water?
Open water.
Best biscuit?
Digestive.
What, chocolate or normal?
Chocolate.
Yeah, that's it. First thing you would do if you won a lottery?
By a lake.
Best lake you've ever fished? Anywhere, England, France, anywhere?
Oh mate, it's got to be here.
Where are we?
Crete Lakes.
Lake
Lake 1.
Lake 1, yeah? Right, first thing you think of when you wake up?
A run.
Action film or comedy?
Action.
Spod or spom?
Spom.
Best excuse for not catching fish?
Weather.
If not fishing, what would you do instead?
Sleep.
Fill it in or fish for a bite at a time?
Fill it in.
Margin or open water?
Open water.
Best biscuit?
Chocolate hobnobs.
First thing you would do if you won the lottery?
Pay me missus off.
Best lake you've ever fished, whether it's France or England?
St Ives in Cambridge.
First thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
I'll put the kettle on.
Action film or comedy?
Action, definitely.
Spod or spom?
Spom.
Best excuse for not catching fish?
I didn't put much effort in this week, I haven't felt like it.
If not fishing, what would you do instead?
I like 4-wheel drive cars, do up cars.
Alright, fill it in or fish for a bite at a time?
That depends, I'd fill it in.
Alright, it's now Thursday, all 3 rods are back out. What's the time? 10 past 10. yeah, today I thought I'm going to put a bit of bait out, but instead of using the rowing boat and crashing and banging, I've used Bob's bait boat just to put the bait out, just some boilies over my fast spots. The other one I ain't put nothing. I've just left it as it is, just as obviously just a snowman. Last night about 10 past 10, I had a screaming run on my middle rod, struck it. It was on for a couple of minutes, then literally just come off. But I was having liners on both them rods that was out there the same sort of distance, from when I put them out. So I knew they was in the area, and then when that screamed off, I thought, oh sweet, I'm in. But no, brought it back in and nothing. So recast them out, had nothing. So yeah, I'm hoping today. Weather's changed a little bit. There's no wind now. It's overcast, a little bit cold. But yeah, let's just hope I have one today. If not, tonight. So not long left now. So I just wanna. I'd love to have nicked that one last night, but it is what it is. So yeah, let's see how we go. Right, it's 25 past 8. All three rods have been out now about an hour and a half, something like that. Just literally put the last bit of bait out with a throwing stick, just scattered everywhere across all three rods. So that's out. Probably only put about a kilo. I baited up with quite a bit yesterday. I don't want to put too much in. As I ain't caught one, even though I missed one last night. But yeah, so I've done that, and nothing's come out at all. Geezer's had a 60. I probably said on this morning when I spoke. The geezer had a 60 this morning, but all the lakes that are normally flying, they ain't had none. And I think it's the general sort of, for some reason, I don't know whether it's the weather or whatever in France at the minute, because we know people that are other lakes and all that stuff, and it's been really quiet. So probably just one of them things. Ain't really fishing well at the minute. So, but let's hope the luck changes. It's really still out there, but there's a little bit of a nip to the air now, so it has got a little bit colder. So I'm just glad that I bought a sleeping bag off Bob. Like, I'm buzzing. I bought the Fox one off him, the 5 Seasons one. I did have the old one on it. The lighter, Fox lighter, flat lighter. Sorry. So yeah, I did have the one that come with it with a blanket on, but always cold. So literally since I've had this last few nights, I've been cosy as. So, and tonight same again. But hopefully I'm not. Hopefully I'm up all night freezing, catching fish. But there you go. There it is. Right, it's Friday, 1 o'clock. Coming to the end of the week now. Literally I've just seen a fish bosh as it goes. I ain't seen that for a few days, so I'm hoping to winkle one out. Last chance saloon, as they say. But yeah, it's been a pucker week. Only caught one fish, but that's fishing, ain't it? But there has been a lot of fish out over the 5 lakes. I think a 60's been caught on this lake. We've had another couple of, I think maybe 3 or 4 60's have come out. Some high 50's as well. But yeah, towards the end of the week it's got a bit slow, but that's fishing, to be fair. And yeah, like I'm not coming next year anyway, anywhere. Like, I'm not going France fishing, but the year after I'll be coming back here. Great venue, great bailiffs, loads of advice they give you. They're a laugh as well. Like, have a bit of banter with them. Yeah, like if you're thinking of coming out here, I would give it a serious think about it. You think there's 5 lakes, I'm on lake 5, but I would like to go on other lakes as well. So you can come out here loads and loads of times and always be in a different swim and a different location and all that stuff, and different times of year is going to fish better than others. But yeah, it's been a bit slow towards the end of the week, but I think in France as a whole it has been, because we know people there's other lakes, and stuff like that, and they found it a bit slow. So, but yeah, lovely place. So if this is my last vlog, then I ain't had nothing else. But hopefully you'll see one after this. If not, then yeah, it's been really good here. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one, on the next video. Yeah. So I'm here at Crete Lakes with one of the bailiffs, John. John, just tell us a little bit about the complex, mate.
Well, it's all set in about 130 acres. There's 5 lakes. You've got Lake 1, 9 acres. Lake 2 is 6 acres. Lake 3 is 8 acres. Lake 4, about 7 acres. And then we've got Lake 5, between 28 and 30 acres.
Yeah. What's the stock of fish, mate? What do they sort of go up to?
Well, the stockings between 35 and 40 fish per acre. So that's anything to go on.
Yeah. And then what's sort of the biggest, would you say?
Biggest fish now, they're touching £70.
Touching 70, which is good.
Yeah.
So, and of all lakes probably got 60s in them, have they?
All lakes now have got 60s in them, at least 2 60s in each lake.
Yeah. What would you say the do's and don'ts about coming to Crete Lakes, sort of thing? What do people normally do and sort of get wrong? Like, what would you sort of like? As soon as you turn up, you notice like some people like to pile the bait in and they don't have nothing all week. What would be your advice, sort of?
Well, my advice, especially I've been looking after Lake 5 now for all this season. And what I've seen, many people, they turn up, they pile it in, they haven't caught by Tuesday, and they move. Yeah. And then I come round and I can see fish all over their baited spots. So the thing to do really is just to, I suppose, reel in, go and fish another swim. There's plenty of other swims you can play in during the day. Let the fish move back into your spot, and then try again, because moving isn't always the best way. Yeah.
It's like, I suppose this week it helps some people and it don't. Like a couple have moved and caught fish, but it's like anything. Certainly when you get here, a lot of people do think, oh yeah, they should be crawling up the lines, but you've got fish for them, haven't you, as well? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got to put the effort in. Just because you're in France, don't expect the fish to come crawling up your lines. You do have to put the effort in. Spend a bit of time on that first day. Do all your making your noise on the Saturday, on your Sunday, finding your spots and you're crashing about, and then they'll come in, they'll find you. Yeah, definitely.
So from when we first turn up, obviously, just tell people what's the scenario, sort of, so then we get here. Obviously, people rather come on the coach. I think the majority come on the coach and a few drive. But what's the sort of thing as soon as we get here? What sort of happens?
Well, the coach normally turns up at 9 o'clock, give or take 15 minutes. We unload the coach. The arrivals then go and do the draw. You then get an hour to walk around the venue, have a look at what swim you want to take. After that we do the draw. Yeah. So you then choose your swim. We then pick you up with the trailer, take you around to your swim, and yeah, we advise. We visit each angler. We give them the best advice we can. One of the best questions I think you should be asking as well, because it's a pressured venue, and there's been guys fishing that peg before you, is to ask where bait has been in from the previous angler. Yeah. You can keep an eye on that spot, or perhaps keep it going, keep that momentum going. Yeah. A lot of guys want to find their own spot, and you've got to wait for them old spots to get cleared up before they move on to yours. Yeah. So that's a good thing to do.
John, so how would we go about booking then to come to Crete Lakes?
We'll go on the Crete Lakes website. The phone number should be there. Phone Debbie and just speak to her. She's really helpful. She'll find you spaces where there's any availability. So
yeah, yeah. Right, so John, I see that there's a new facility going up. What is that, mate?
That's right. Well, what the owner wants to do is build new facilities, but more central to the venue itself. The new facility will be able to look over Lake 5, so it'll be great views. The shop's moving over there, the kitchen and indoor and outdoor dining area will be in the new facility. So yeah, there you go.
So all nice and new, all brand new.
All nice and new.
When do we know when that'll be ready?
I should think it's aiming for the beginning of 2016.
Yeah, right.
Just the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Right, well, hopefully we'll be back next year or the year after.
Yeah,
but definitely. Thanks for talking to us, John.
No problem.
Top man.
All right, mate.
Cheers.
Anytime, mate.
All right.